Good morning. Good morning, it's Jenny Preston again. We're having two reflections this morning. Glennis is reading two different readings and I felt we needed two little mini reflections. So this first one is on Amos 7, verses 7 to 17. Under God's law, which had been given through Moses, Israel had been created as an upright nation with whom God had made a covenant. For example, part of the harvest needed to be left for the poor, and also labourers couldn't be made to work 7 days a week or very long hours. They were entitled to rest. Much of the laws are in Leviticus 19. Now, most of you know a plumb line, that it's to help keep a proposed building vertical using gravity. If a wall is out of plumb, it can't do the job for which it was designed, and a foreman would need to give the command to pull down the crooked building. Truth and equality, justice and non-violence are also plumb lines. Amos is calling us to look at our own plumb lines, individually and communally. We'll see in the gospel how the gospel too is calling us individually and communally to see that we're not turning away from the poor lying by the edge of the road, who are the people of God's heart. Although Amos wrote 2,800 years ago, his prophecy reads like a Twitter alert. Amos was a blue-collar man rather than a blue-blooded man. He was neither a prophet or even the son of a prophet. No, he was a shepherd farmer from Tekoa, which was just south of Bethlehem, and he was regarded by the cultural elites as a bit of a redneck. He wasn't prophesying much about the future, but about the vast differences between the rich and the very poor in the kingdom of Israel. Wealthy citizens saw their prosperity as a sign from God's favour. However, they neglected the poor, the widow, the alien and the orphan. Amos contrasts conventional religious behaviour with a burning commitment to the God of justice and integrity. There were two Israelite kingdoms. There was the northern kingdom of Israel and Judah. And here was Amos casting very tough aspersions on the northern kingdom, that is, his northern cousins. Later, he turns his prophecy on his own kingdom. Perhaps we could call Amos a whistleblower. He was certainly judging those who lived in the lap of luxury and the consequences of their behaviour on the poor of the society. One of the church's modern saints has been Oscar Romero, who had originally earned a reputation of being a cautious conservative, not wanting to join his priests who ministered among the very poor. That is, until his close friend and Jesuit priest Rutilio Grande was murdered. After 3 years of protesting against the atrocities of the Salvadorian government and in the involvement of large Western interests, Romero was killed. He is now honoured as one of 4 20th century martyrs in Westminster Abbey. A closer example for us, I think, is the secret bugging by our government of discussions with Timor-Leste in 2002 over rights to the sea surrounding Timor-Leste, and the unfair advantage that Australian company Woodside had to lay claim on half of the oil and gas riches found in the waters around the former Portuguese colony and Indonesian territory. Former Senator Rex Patrick, who lost his seat in the election, has been fighting to get secret documents freed to alert us to the deceit practiced by our government against a poor neighbour.